Well, it was a lovely hot summer day in Butler, Pennsylvania yesterday.
Got to be kidding me.
Blue skies, birds were chirping, and Donald Trump was holding one of his typical rallies.
Everything woke turns to shit.
And then what sounded like firecrackers popping off turned out to be the unimaginable.
Uh-oh.
There were shots being fired at the former president.
Take a look at what happened.
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this, the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump.
God! You can't make this shit up!
And it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today. And of course, this is the weekend edition, and what a hell of a weekend it's been. The last 18 hours have been absolutely just wow, shock, awe, name the adverb, and that's what it is. If you have been under a rock, out of the country, off the grid in the last 18 hours, you might have missed this. It was a typical day in Butler, Pennsylvania. You know, hot, sultry, blue skies, birds chirping, and of course, former President Donald Trump having one of his rallies. But then what sounded like firecrackers popping off turned out not to be the case. There were gunshots. Yes, an attempted assassination of a former president. Donald Trump was hit, bleeding profusely from the ear and scrapes across his face. He was rushed by the Secret Service into a car, into a waiting ambulance, shall I say, and off he went. What do we know? Well, one, he's in good spirits. He's feeling good right now. And according to his family, he's down, but he's not out. Two, they pretty much found the guy who took pop shots at the former president and put him down. And three, this video is going to concentrate on what could have been done a little bit better when it comes to the Secret Service. Just saying. And here we go. Oh, before I start also, warning, graphic content and imagery in regards to this story. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Catastrophic failure. Secret Service under scrutiny after Trump assassination attempt. Yes, we're going to concentrate on the aftermath. The Secret Service is now under scrutiny after an assassination attempt nearly succeeded, shall I say, on former President Donald Trump, the presumptive presidential Republican 24 nominee. The shooter, identified as 20-year-old, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not giving any credibility, was able to position himself on a rooftop with a direct line of sight to Trump and fire a bullet that went through his ear. The shooter was approximately 150 yards away from where Trump was speaking. Multiple witnesses claimed they tried to flag the shooter to the Secret Service and police. The shooter was so close to him visibly that some rallygoers spotted the shooter and took video as he was attempting to assassinate the former president. Rallygoers Michael Disfricia, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who captured the moment the shooter fired and was fired upon, told TMZ that he and his wife Amber were watching the Trump rally from outside the main grounds with about 30 to 40 other people. He said his wife noticed Crooks climbing up, the shooter climbing up onto the nearby building. They and others said they watched him crawling up on the side of the building and with a rifle before he took the shot. In addition, another rallygoer told the BBC he noticed the shooter and attempted to flag down the police and Secret Service for at least 3 to 4 minutes prior to the shooting. He said about 5 to 7 minutes after Trump began speaking. And I'll play that little video clip in a bit. The witness said he saw the Secret Service fire back at the shooter and ending him. Here's the eyewitness who spoke with BBC.
And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up
you
there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling
Yep.
the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
Binoculars.
him? Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, I mean, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay.
One video shows a rally going shouting he's got a gun before an initial shot rang out in the attempt to assassinate Trump. Wait for it. There are the shots. Another video appears to show the counter sniper team with eyes on the shooter before he fired. This is where everything comes into question. Well, in addition to what we just saw.
See something that said, take a look at what happened.
Political commentator and former New York Police Department officer John Cardillo posted on X, "This looks really bad. This looks like the counter sniper team had eyes on the shooter, let him fire first, then return fire. Even the FBI is questioning how the Secret Service allowed the shooter to fire off several rounds, according to senior FBI official during the press conference after the assassination attempt." This comes from Caitlin Collins. The FBI special agent acknowledges it is surprising that the shooter was able to fire off several rounds. Again, the Secret Service is unable to answer any questions because they aren't at this press conference right now, which is pretty stunning. Secret Service was not present at the press conference, which CNN Caitlin Collins called stunning. He had, Secret Service wasn't available to the press conference at the time. Special Agent Kevin Rajic told the CNN, amidst major questions about the security at Trump's rally, instead he and Pennsylvania police are briefing reporters. He had to defer multiple questions to the Secret Service tonight. While the Secret Service was not present at the press conference, they appear to be talking to reporters behind the scenes. Interesting. News. Former President's Secret Service protection was strengthened recently, I'm told. In addition, NBC News reported that senior law enforcement officials said the shooter was outside the security perimeter established by the Secret Service. So he was outside of where they were protecting. Interesting. Later, the Secret Service spokesman posted in a statement that Secret Service neutralized the shooter. Latest information from our investigation. We are grateful to Secret Service team and law enforcement partners for the swift action. Our thoughts go out to the family affected by this tragedy. Army Special Forces veteran Representative Mike Waltz posted on X, "I have very reliable sources telling me that they have repeated requests for stronger Secret Service protection for Trump, denied by Secretary Mayorkas." Gee, just keeps getting better and better. Conservative talk show host Don Bongino, a former New York Police Department officer and Secret Service agent himself, claimed that the Secret Service Director Kimberly Chadle has repeatedly turned down requests for more Secret Service protection for Donald Trump.
Why did it go in a way that right now your gut instinct is that's not the way it should have gone in this moment?
Oh, it probably simply is because that moment of confusion and things aren't clear. From what I heard, and I can't confirm this, by that point they had already heard a communication saying the shooter's down.
Yes.
But as Rachel mentioned earlier, what if that was just the distraction and the real attack is coming and there's 4 more guys with guns?
Exactly.
So yeah, it just comes very back very simply to me. we're moving, and you don't, sir, you don't get a say. We'll get your shoes later. We're going.
I want to repeat, I can absolutely confirm that the USSS director, Kim Cheadles, had repeatedly turned down requests for a larger security footprint around President Trump, despite knowing the threat level is catastrophic. Resigned tonight, he posted on X. Wow. Just wow. Wow. 18 hours does make a difference, doesn't it? I've watched, I caught this. I was coming downstairs and onto my computer, and I was going to do a couple things outside of this, and I saw that on my feed. I rushed upstairs, told my wife, and we started watching it, and pretty much it was just nonstop for at least, give or take, maybe 4 or 5 hours after that. The as far as what was going down, what happened, what coulda, shoulda, and what didn't happen. Thank God that he was injured and not ended. But when it comes to this is catastrophic. Absolutely. When you have video of someone saying, hey, look what's going on here, why aren't you listening? Then you have another video of saying he's got a gun, and so you see shaky camera and everybody's getting out of control, and then on top of it you see video of the Secret Service on top of the roof taking shots and putting him down after the initial shots rang out against Donald Trump. So there, to quote Lucy, Secret Service, you got a lot of explaining to do. They do, and it's not looking good, and especially when it comes to the director, who, from everything that I'm reading prior to making this video, she turned out to be a DEI hire. As we all know, DEI rhymes with ills, and in this case, it almost did. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.